Hello everyone, I'm back, I'm here, and I'm God. Welcome back everybody to Calliope Music Reviews. My name is Colin, your gracious host, and today we're back with the music canon. That's right, we're looking at the new album from Detroit, Michigan art rock band Racing Mount Pleasant that dropped on August 15th earlier this year. Now, the 7-piece debuted their heavily, and I mean heavily, Black Country New Road inspired chamber rock sound back with 2022's Grip Your Fist, I'm Heaven Bound. This was under the name Kingfisher, which the band has since abandoned due to its similarity to other artist names such as Mississippi icon blues guitarist Chris Stone Kingfish Ingram. Now, with their new record and new name, taken from the scenic Wisconsin town Mount Pleasant of Racine County, the band is back with an expansive pack of delicate chamber pop and hot-blooded indie rock on this new album. So, while I mentioned that Racing Mount Pleasant, their sound is highly derivative of the UK band Black Country New Road and their 2022 album Ants From Up There, I do think that there is plenty of original songwriting here to separate it from its core influences. I would say the main difference is its sleek combination of more airy folk elements and its 2000s era indie rock influences. Songs like the 6th track You emphasize an acoustic delicacy as soft strings beckon to equally soft vocals. These sections are quite reminiscent of an early Bon Iver even in their smooth melancholy and really show off the band's immense talent for building atmospheric instrumentals. And then the record has this beautiful and bright ascending nature to it as full ensembles of cymbals, kicks, horns, and vocal harmonies come together in rather uplifting movements. Like I said, the saxophone, string, and drum combo is strikingly similar to BCNR, but morphs itself in its own identity as the record progresses. And this is especially notable in the album's clear 2000s era indie rock influence with these massive shout-style chorus harmonies. It really reminds me of a band like Arcade Fire when the band collectively shouts, I don't know the reason why I can't use your eyes, like on the self-titled 8th track. And these moments really capture a particular feeling of nostalgia and collective anxiety that seemed to help define that era of indie rock. And it's extremely effective here. It really makes you feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself, which is a powerful feeling, especially for an otherwise quite personal record. And coupled with its overall reflective and heavy-hearted tone, this album ends up being quite the Midwestern journey, taking one up and down hills of bleak landscapes and delicate traumas, effortlessly merging those acoustic folk sections with grand chamber exclamations and guitar-blasted climaxes. At this point, it's far from being the most unique or forward-thinking sound, but it is absolutely a beautiful one, anchored by its misty-eyed and sappy themes. And speaking of, right from the get-go, RMP establishes a narrative soaked in the sad nostalgia of a lost lover. The first track introduces the relationship at its bittersweet end, as lead singer Sam DeBose can only feel lucky to be a part of his lover's life as she moves on to a new era in a new home. The rest of the record traces back the downfall of this relationship as the narrator continuously asks if his lover remembers the same seemingly small but gut-wrenchingly emotional details of their shared moments. And it isn't until the fourth track, Emily, that hints of something more sinister begin to show themselves. The track depicts the titular Emily as an angelic figure, sleeping on dreadful memories and slowly floating to sea, suggesting that the narrator's lover is not only lost from him, but has sadly passed away from this world. This is all but confirmed with the song's final line, and the kiss from your lips on my forehead, it burns. Now you can really sleep. But what about me? Because I'm tired too. This absolutely crushing sentiment is carried throughout the record, as this Emily character, also referred to as Jenny, is shown to be a deeply religious, but quite depressed and possibly suicidal character. The sixth track, You, tells of a tumultuous father-daughter relationship as well, suggesting that this is the source for Emily's deep depression. And finally, the album concludes with some absolutely harrowing lines confirming the narrator and Emily's breakup and her unfortunate suicide, with Sam DeBose saying, "You took all the love I had to spend. Well, look around. It's coming to an end. The edge of the cliff is looming overhead. Wait for me. Just let me catch my breath. Hello, nice to meet you. Want to dance? Oh my God, is this how it ends?" Now, if that doesn't get the tear ducts working overtime, then I don't know what does. But coupled with the Midwestern references and surreal imagery, and this record's lyrics really add to a cinematic experience, like a collage of grainy Polaroid memories piling up over time. And yeah, alongside the Buteus chamber instrumentation and the melodramatic indie rock flavor, and RMP builds an incredibly well-founded and compelling sentimentality. Although it owes a lot to its influences and has some gray moments where subpar vocals and sluggish movements diminish the overall emotional impact, Racing Mount Pleasant remains an honest and demonstrative reflection of love's dramatic effect on one's life, both while in the moment and far, far after. So, with everything on the table, I'm thinking this record deserves an 8 out of 10. This is a great record with a lot of great moments, but I think my favorite tracks here are the fourth song, Emily, the titular eighth track, and the powerful ninth song, Call It Easy. And alright, that will do it for this very quick review. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but we're back and we're here. But anyways, as always, I highly encourage you to form your own opinion and let me know what you think of this record down in the comments below. And of course, feel free to suggest any other artists or albums that you would like me to take a look at on any capacity on this channel in the future. And with that, this has been Racing Mount Pleasant, the Music Canon, and I will see all of you in the next one.